welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. Okay, well today the weather in London is absolutely filthy. It's been torrential rain since about 6 o'clock this morning, so when I woke up I thought, oh Christ. I've just taken my son, I've just come back from doing the school run, in which everybody that was participating in the school run this morning now looks like a drowned rat. So what I've done is, I knew it was going to be crappy, so I wore a fragrance this morning that's going to uplift my spirits. I absolutely despise rain. I don't mind snow, I don't mind cold, I love hot, I like sunny, I don't mind windy, but just pure pissing down rain does my head in. It really, I think I might have the old seasonally adjusted depression, because rain just, oh God, really don't like it. So I always, you know, when it's going to be crappy, try and wear something that's really going to lift my spirits. And that's what I've done today. So we're looking at Aramis today. Now, not the original from 1966, which is this monster here. I've always got a bottle of this. I don't know why. I mean, I've had this bottle for a long time. As you can see, there's hardly any juice come out of it. The bottle's filthy because it stays in storage. I never really wear it, but every now and again, you just get the urge to wear this. It's, I suppose it's kind of like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a memory thing, I think. And this is a fragrance that's always been in my life. I've always kind of had a bottle of it, so I can't really like not have a bottle of it, if you know what I mean. I might not wear it very often. It's probably sealed behind glass in case of emergencies, but it's nice to have it there. And as I say, this originally came out in '66, and it smells like it. I mean, obviously this bottle here isn't from the '60s. It's a good few years old though. I mean, I've had it a while, but I very rarely wear it. I just like to get it out and have a little sniff of it every now and again. But in 2018, and from the nose of Edouard Flechier, came this, which is Aramis Tobacco Reserve. Now, what a frag. What an absolute gorgeous fragrance. And there it is. As I say, I wore it this morning. Now, generally what happens is I wear a different fragrance in the morning to I do in the afternoon if I'm working on a late shift. So what I'll do is I'll normally sample, you know, get through one of my samples. I'll try that in the morning. I'll wear it when I take my son to school and spend some time with the fragrance, and then change it as I get ready for work for the evening. I'll wear something else, but I'm definitely going to be wearing this for both the morning and the full day today. It's just perfect for this crappy weather. I'll give it a quick spray. Look at the sprayer on this is outrageously good. It literally, it belts out juice like nothing on earth. The presentation, very much within the Aramis line. Nothing too exciting, very functional. Not unattractive, just not stunning. Does exactly what it's supposed to do. Yeah, that's happiness in a bottle. Okay, so at the top we have Clary Sage, and then we have Cassis. Then we have, in the mid, we have Nutmeg, we have Orris, tobacco leaf, and then on the base you have Tonka bean and oak moss fragrance. And what you get is an incredibly realistic dry tobacco smell straight off. Now, I've not smoked cigarettes in a very long time. I used to smoke cigars as well. I haven't smoked anything for, I don't know, maybe 4 years I think I've been off smoking. I'm still sadly vaping, but I don't smoke. And I have no interest in smoking cigarettes again, ever. Even the smell of a cigarette now, I don't really like it. I don't like the smell of the smoke coming off a cigarette. I don't even like the smell of, and I used to smoke rolling tobacco, so if I put my nose in a pouch of tobacco now, it does nothing for me. But cigars, on the other hand, I don't crave smoking them, but I do love the smell of them. I've still got a humidor, and I've still got a few cigars in there, and I stick my head in and have a little sniff around in there, just to kind of satisfy that craving. Because I grew up in a household where my father smoked, and he smoked a pipe, he smoked cigars, he smoked cigarettes. I still lived to 82, bless him. But I was kind of pre-programmed to like the smell of tobacco. And since I've been vaping different flavours and stuff like that, and never really tobacco, but I still stick my head, as I say, in the humidor to get that smell. And you get that really accurately from this. The tobacco is a big opening hit of a crisp, old, almost crunchy tobacco leaf. It's beautiful. And very, very quickly, the tonka bean kind of envelops it to give it some sweetness and some depth and some weight. The nutmeg is there. I don't really pick up on the Orris, or I mean the sage I think just keeps it in check and doesn't let it run away and become too sweet, I think. And the oak moss, I think, with the tonka give it this sort of solid base. So you get a very warm, quite sweet, quite masculine fragrance that just envelops you. And the projection and sillage, the sillage on this is incredibly good. Projection, not so much to start. I mean, to start for the first hour, it's kind of there. And then it dies off quite quickly. Performance-wise, you get sort of 6 to 7 hours out of it, and it sits quite close for most of that. But it does leave a wonderful sillage. And this I wasn't expecting. I did get a compliment wearing this when I first got it, and this was from a guy I actually know. He's a bus driver. He's a bit of an older guy who sort of lives quite close to me, and he was like, "Here, mate, that aftershave you're wearing, that smells lovely." So we stopped and had a chat, and I told him that you know, it was on offer in TK Maxx, because I think this normally retails. You'll see this for retail, I think, for sort of around the £55–60 mark. But TK Maxx have done it again. I paid £22, I think, for this, and it's a 60ml bottle. Real bargain stuff. You should definitely get it for that money, especially. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Now, as I say, it came out in 2018, and the nose behind it is Edouard Flechier, who's worked with Christian Dior, Christian Lacroix, Davidoff, Frederic Malle, Valentino. I think he's most famous for 1985 or 1988. I can't remember off the top of my head. He made Poison for Christian Dior, and obviously that's a mega scent. Everyone's heard of that, and you know, one of the most sort of famous fragrances of the lot. So really good pedigree from the nose. That's made Tobacco Reserve, and I think Aramis have done a fantastic job doing this. It's a beautiful fragrance. It is quite masculine. I'll be honest there. You know, as I've said many times, confident female can wear it, and you know, a confident female can wear a masculine scent, and a confident male can wear a feminine scent. I don't really think that in the real sort of real life situations, I think anyone can wear anything as long as they're confident in wearing it. You know, it only goes wrong when someone isn't particularly confident. So there you go. Certainly, if you can get it at that sort of lower, you know, sort of lower £20 price, just blind buy it. The only time I'd say don't blind buy it is if you have this, which is a L'Occitane's Eau de Beau, which is actually, it's a little similar. They're not the same, but they kind of do the same sort of thing. This Eau de Beau is a lot more spicy. There's an incensey vibe from this, but they kind of are very similar. There's also a point with Tobacco Reserve where it smells a little bit like Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. There's just, as the Tonka kicks in more, it kind of does remind me of Tobacco Vanille, but without all that sort of Christmas cake stuff that comes with Tobacco Vanille. And again, I'm a big fan of Tobacco Vanille. I love it. It's probably my favourite of the Tom Ford private blends. I really do like it. This Aramis Tobacco Reserve is an excellent fragrance. Really decent performance. As I say, it's 6 or 7 hours. Great sillage for most of its life. Projection is mainly at the front for about sort of 40 minutes to an hour, possibly, and then it kind of comes in. It's a very warm and it's a very inviting fragrance, and it's one that I think you could really enjoy if you bought it. As I say, totally blind buy worthy. Go and get it. If you have this, maybe not. You'd need to smell it to see if it's worth having the two. I personally, as you can see, have both of them, and I love Eau de Beau. I've done a review of it already. That was one of the first ones we did. So Eau de Beau, if you're interested in this, check out the review of that as well. Really good frag. Listen, I've got to get ready for work. So listen, thank you very much for your time. It's really appreciated, and we'll be back with some more reviews very soon. Thanks a lot, and bye!